Triple H is back in the main event of Raw in 2021. We are live, man. COVID-19 hit WWE again. Going into Raw tonight. Drew McIntyre is not the only one that tested positive for the coronavirus. Things were changed. Plans were altered. And that resulted in Triple H coming to the rescue. We had 4 matches in which WWE superstars did double duty tonight. Some people can declare themselves for the Royal Rumble, but some can't. And as always, this show sucked. Stop making excuses for bad television, man. This is the only post show you need to go over Monday Night Raw, the world acclaimed, the award winning Monday Night Raw post show, hosted by yours truly, right here on Off the Script.
Is this what you want? This fucking foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, hipster hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. I am JD from New York, and this is your Monday Night Raw post show for January 11th, 2021. Today, sponsored by my great friends over at Ritual Multivitamin. Make sure you guys know what's in your multivitamin. Ritual.com/scripts. We'll talk about my good friends over at Ritual a little later on in the show. You know, WWE, they typically don't think well on their feet. Sometimes when they got their backs against the wall, they produce a gem. And the last time that they had their backs against the wall is when everybody got, quote-unquote, stranded over in Saudi Arabia. And then they had to fly in Adam Cole and a bunch of other NXT talents at the time, Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa. And that was the SmackDown that Adam Cole main evented with Daniel Bryan. That was a great SmackDown. In fact, it was probably the best SmackDown of the entire year because it was unlike anything that WWE had on the main roster. And Triple H was mainly, in charge of the show. He was primarily in charge for the entire evening. That doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes WWE hits a home run, sometimes they don't. I want to make one thing perfectly clear because everybody probably thinks I'm a fucking asshole anyway. I'm just a passionate wrestling fan that wants my 3 hours of the TV time that I give them, my time that I invest into them, I want it to be worth it. I really want it to be worth it. It's not. It's never. It's not going to get any better. It's not going to be that way because of the people in charge running this show. So, and I just hit a button. Sorry about that. I'm fucking Sicilian. I talk with my goddamn hands. We got a situation tonight where I know a lot of people are probably going to make excuses for WWE. I know people are going to be like, oh, well, they were shorthanded. COVID-19 ravaged the WWE locker room for, I don't know how long this has been going on or when they found out about these positive test results. It's none of my business. It's none of your business. Nobody cares. As long as everybody, gets out of this thing healthy. So like I said, I know everybody probably thinks I'm a fucking asshole, but I'm just a passionate wrestling fan that wants a good product. I respect the men and women that are in that locker room. I respect the men and women that risk their bodies and their lives every single week. I'm not an idiot. Okay? My main gripe is with creative. It's always with creative. It's always going to be with creative. It's always been with creative. Drew McIntyre and whoever else tested positive for COVID-19, I wish them a speedy recovery. I'm sure this is just a minor thing, a minor setback. I don't think anybody's in severe danger here. It's just an inconvenience. That's all it is. I wish Drew McIntyre and whoever else tested positive for COVID-19 a speedy recovery. I don't want anybody to be out during WWE's biggest time of the year. This is where they make their most money. This is what is worked for all year round. This, the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. I don't really get why people defend the company the way that they do to the death. As if they have something on the back end coming to them. My issue is not with anybody that was on the show tonight. My issue is with the people that write this show. There were rumors going around. I was actually on Twitch when Drew McIntyre and the news of Drew McIntyre came down that he tested positive. He was going to be off the show. First of all, they were going to give us a Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton main event on Monday Night Raw. Who in their right mind thought that that was a good idea? We've seen that for 7 months on the main roster. I'm probably embellishing a little bit. It probably wasn't 7 months, but you guys get my drift. We've seen it a lot. And I don't know why we need to see it again. I don't know why that would make sense. on tonight's show, unless they wanted to correct the mistakes by my good old buddy Bill last week and make sense of what he should have fixed last week, Bill. I don't know why we were originally getting that match anyway. And then I joke around, and Drew McIntyre comes down with COVID, and he's out. He's got a quarantine now. He'll be back by the Rumble. Don't worry. He'll be back by the Rumble. He ain't missing the Rumble. Obviously, I joked around. Oh, here comes Bill again. The first time he was supposed to get a title match, he got struck down by COVID. Or WrestleMania match, I should say. He was already the fucking champion at that point and buried and killed the career of Bray Wyatt. But that's another story for a different day. I'll save that for a rainy day. Bill Goldberg was already the champion. We got one match that we didn't want ruined between him and Roman because of COVID. And then he shows up last week, and coincidentally, COVID doesn't want to see this match either. Everybody's like, is Drew McIntyre going to make the Royal Rumble? Is this match still going to be on? Did Bill Goldberg and Drew McIntyre become official at the Royal Rumble? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Ever since that theme came on the PA system, it was made official. So clearly I joked around. Even COVID doesn't want to see Bill Goldberg in a major spotlighted match, taking a main roster spot and a pay-per-view spot away from a younger guy that deserves it. I could joke all I want. It's my show. But I don't think adding Triple H to the festivities tonight, A, did anything, B, pushed anything along, C, is the right portrayal that you want to give off for your second Monday Night Raw of 2021. Last week we had Legends Night, which was a complete and utter failure. The show bombed. It sucked. They treated their legends like complete dog shit. They made sense of nothing. And Bill Goldberg came back to get another title shot for God knows what reason. And if you guys want my epic rant off the script on Saturday, I urge you to go check it out, Bill. Legends Night bombed. Then we go into the second Raw of 2021, and Triple H is announced to open the show. Now, I don't want to break anybody's fucking spirit out there, but no, he didn't come and tell everybody that Vince McMahon is stepping down. Because I know that's everybody's number one thing. It's on everybody's Christmas list. Vince McMahon stepping down from WWE head of creative. I get it. But I don't think it's the right portrayal for WWE to trot out a McMahon because the ship is sinking deeper and deeper. Because now, one of our biggest guys, or a couple of people, if you watch the show, may be out. A couple of guys are out because of COVID. Let's trot out Triple H. Everybody loves good old Triple H, right? Everybody respects Triple H. The IWC possibly can't complain about Triple H, right? But the thing is, Triple H is more valuable now than he was then. He's more valuable in his backstage role and his backstage duties than he is as an in-ring performer. Than he was as an in-ring performer. He's more valuable now. So I don't get why we need to see Triple H in the ring on Monday Night Raw 2 weeks into the new year. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Why did you need to do that? I don't know when Drew McIntyre had a positive test come in. None of my fucking business. It's none of your business. But I'm here to tell you that if you think Triple H being on this show was right, and if you think this is an excuse to excuse WWE from what they put on television tonight, you are a complete fucking idiot. I am tired of the excuses. I am tired of the people backing this company. They are out of excuses. There's no more balls and strikes here. It's game over for them. COVID or no COVID, I am tired of the fucking excuses. There is no conceivable way that you could tell me that was their best effort. We have precautions in place now. We have vaccines out now. We have all these things that should be at your fingertips to make everybody's life easier. And we're still in this boat. Oh, COVID. It was a bad show tonight because of COVID. You can't blame them because of COVID. Double duty because of COVID. Enough. Enough. This company has sucked the industry dry of talent. Monday Night Raw has its largest roster ever. WWE has its deepest roster ever. I don't want to hear a single fucking excuse about why this show sucks and why nothing more could have been done. I'm so sick of it. I really am. Enough of the goddamn fucking excuses. Then you got the other side of the fucking fence. Oh, but the ending was great. I don't know about you people anymore, but I'm a 38-year-old fucking man about to turn 39 next month. I don't want fucking magic at my wrestling shows, okay? If I want magic, I'll go watch Chris Angel, who I actually seen live in concert. He's fantastic, by the way. I'm a 38-year-old man. I don't want fucking magic on my wrestling show, okay? I'm not some fucking 7-year-old geek who's watching Papa Shango put spells on the Ultimate Warrior, okay? That is long gone. Oh, but Monday Night Raw ended on a high note. Another cliffhanger that's going nowhere. What, Bray Wyatt? What's Bray Wyatt going to do? He's going to come back in a different colored mask? Let me see. His mask was white. He'll probably come back with a black mask. Oh, my God, man. So terrifying. I could possibly not care any less about Alexa Bliss, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. Enough is enough. You are just adding to the excuse after excuse after excuse. The guy was burned alive, quote unquote. The guy was buried in Saudi Arabia. The guy was fucking used as a transitional geek to get the title to Roman Reigns. I don't give a shit about Bray Wyatt. Yeah, you guys want me to go crazy and sit here and praise Alexa Bliss shooting a fucking fireball. Can I grab her by the fucking pigtail and take her back to the creative boardroom? Maybe she could do that to Bruce Pritchard. I'd pay to see that. Take out Randy Orton, replace him with Bruce Pritchard, and then you got the greatest ending to Monday Night Raw ever. That was not. That was not. Enough of the excuses. I don't want to hear another fucking word about, oh, well, this show, you can't blame them because of COVID. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You are a company that writes weekly television shows. Think on your feet. You have a deep roster down in NXT. Think on your feet. You got a Royal Rumble coming up. If you got your backs against the wall, change the fucking plans. It may be better than what you originally have or don't have at this point. Drew McIntyre's not the only one that has COVID-19. I got news on WWE having more than one positive test. Ringside News can confirm that Drew McIntyre is not the only current case of COVID-19 on the main roster. A member of the SmackDown roster tested positive as well. Now, out of respect and privacy for this individual, they have the name, but they did not reveal who this person is. We can confirm that they are currently involved in a television storyline. I will not assume, I will not guess, because I don't want to falsely put names out there. I guess we will see when we watch SmackDown, and maybe some of the pieces will fall into play and the picture will become clear. I don't know. But we didn't have Kofi Kingston on tonight's show. We didn't have most of the Hurt Business on tonight's show. There were a couple of notable acts missing on this show tonight. Everybody else seemed to be there like normal. It operated like a normal fucking show. You've seen exactly what we would have gotten under normal circumstances. So stop with the excuses. Stop with the excuses. It is unusual that WWE came out today and actually announced Drew McIntyre tested positive for COVID-19. They finally, this is probably the biggest story of the entire evening, WWE actually acknowledged we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Maybe it was their New Year's resolution. I don't know. Maybe we should start bringing the outside world and what's going on, and if something happens outside in here, maybe we should acknowledge that. I don't know. Who the fuck knows with these people? All I know is they fucking blasted Renee Young and Kayla Braxton and everybody else, Adam Pearce. All these people tested positive for COVID. What's his name? Tyson Kidd. All these people they blasted for announcing that they tested positive or their test results or whatever the fuck they posted on social media. WWE didn't want any of that for whatever reason. But now they got Drew McIntyre out there announcing that he tested positive and he's giving fucking messages on Monday Night Raw to mask up. Wear your mask and properly social distance. Wash your hands. Spare me the bullshit, okay? I hear it every fucking day. I don't need to watch my goddamn fucking show to you for you to tell me to do all that shit. Some people were actually thinking that this was a work. I don't think this is a work. I don't think WWE would be that fucking stupid. But Drew McIntyre and one other SmackDown superstar tested positive. And that SmackDown star is currently involved in a television storyline. But like I said in the beginning, my thoughts and prayers go out to anybody that is right now in quarantine and tested positive for COVID-19. I have no issue with that. My issue is with how lazy WWE is, especially going into the Royal Rumble. So that's the news. Drew's got COVID. It's going to be out for 14 days. We'll probably see Bill Goldberg highlight packages for the next fucking week. Great. Great. I get to reminisce about a fucking career I gave no shits about then. Bill Goldberg. Remember, this is your public service announcement. Fuck Bill Goldberg. Fuck Bill Goldberg. I'm sure I will mention that again throughout this show tonight. Those are my opening thoughts. I'm putting the fucking iPad away like I'm done. I wish I was. Thank you guys so very much for joining me here on the post show. Monday Night Raw post show on Off the Script. January 11, 2021. We have 1,700 deep in here. 1,800 in here. Thank you so much for all your support, man. Bigger and better is Off the Script this year. Hit that thumbs up, man. The thumbs up helps out the channel. We got 400 likes right now. I expect we got almost 1,800 people in here right now, man. If you do not hit the thumbs up, I swear to God, Bill Goldberg's going to win the WWE title. And I know you don't want that, right? Bill Goldberg's going to haunt your fucking nightmares if you don't hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. It helps out the video. I appreciate you. I don't appreciate Bill Goldberg. Super chats are open. If you guys want to super chat, you can get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show as always. So thank you guys to whoever has already super chatted this evening. If you guys want an ultra, mega super chat, you guys can check the pinned comment at the top of the chat, man. That's for the Streamlabs link. You guys can actually send Streamlabs donations as well if you want, because YouTube takes 30% of all the super chats. Streamlabs takes 0. So if you guys want to do that, you can do that as well. Hoop Media is in the chat monitoring. We got the chat going crazy right now. Thank you guys so very much for engaging. It helps everything out. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you missed off the script this past weekend, man, we started the year off on fire. An absolutely epic rant on Bill Goldberg and the ridiculous reason that Vince McMahon booked this match in the first place. Here's a little hint. Vince McMahon thinks Drew McIntyre is going to be a bigger superstar for it if he beats Bill Goldberg, as if beating Brock Lesnar and The Big Show in the same fucking night at WrestleMania last year wasn't enough for good old Drew McIntyre. Now we need Bill Goldberg, because Bill Goldberg's a draw somehow. Bill Goldberg is the cat's meow, apparently. 54-year-old Bill Goldberg. Great. So go check that out. We got some other stuff on there as well. If you missed SmackDown, AEW, and last week's videos, go and check all that stuff out. Follow me on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/JD from NY206, or JD from JD from New York. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Go follow me on Twitch. Everything you need is linked down in the fucking description. Go check it out. Your merchandise, your masks, your t-shirts, all that stuff, linked down below. And tonight's show is sponsored by Ritual, ritual.com. That is ritual.com/script. You guys are going to save 10% off your first 3 months of Ritual. You got to know what's in your multivitamin, man. I don't know what you guys are taking, but Ritual is the real deal. Ritual.com/script. Monday Night Raw opened up with Triple H. He walked out. He said, "Welcome to the WWE Thunderdome. Welcome to Monday Night Raw." He was immediately interrupted by Randy Orton's music. He said the Office finally decided to show up tonight. He then said there was a pretty big match scheduled between him and Drew McIntyre that won't happen. Triple H said Orton is aware that's not going to happen. Orton agreed he is aware. So far, they were getting along. Orton said, since he flew to Raw from Orlando, he must be there to make an official ruling. He wanted to know if he's going to announce that he's going to enter the Royal Rumble last, which I'll talk about a little bit later, because they made a mockery of literally all of the authority ruling on this show, or do what's best for business and just hand him the WWE Championship. Oh, I wish you were so fucking lucky. I wish you were that lucky, Mr. Randy Orton. Triple H said if he wants the title, you got to go into the Royal Rumble and win it. However you have to do it, you got to do it. Orton said the only reason he could possibly be there is to say something and make a call. Otherwise, what are you doing here? He said he should make sure it benefits him. So what is it? Triple H then called those cheap threats out and asked if he's going to stare at him and flex his jaw muscles. You think that scares me, says Triple H. He said, it's been impressive watching him over the last year. He sat back and watched the old Randy Orton step back into the dance. Said a lot of people thought he crossed lines and went too far. Not me, Triple H said. He said he watched him with the match, watching it burn down, knowing everything he wanted was on the other side of that flame. So the last thing that stood between him and that WWE title was there, and all he had to do was drop it. I don't know if I was ever more proud of you than in that moment, because I would have done the same exact thing. He said it stood between him and what he wanted. So during that period of time, some things have happened. There's a few things that you've done that I don't understand. I don't understand you kicking legends in the head, or threatening them, or humiliating them. He then obviously went on and talked about Mark Henry and Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. Said he doesn't understand doing that when it doesn't benefit him, whereas watching The Fiend sizzle benefited him. He said it made him look at him completely different. He said it showed he's not a legend. He said it showed him that Randy Orton is a no-good prick, which we all kind of knew already. That's nothing new to anybody. Orton soaked up these words by Triple H. He soaked up the moment. Said he can call him what he wants, but it remains that he's still in his prime. He looked at Triple H up and down, staring him down, and asked if the King of Kings is still there. He said maybe he'll take the legend of Triple H out once and for all. He challenged him to a good old-fashioned fight rather than a match. Said he knows Triple H for 2 decades. What do you say you and I go toe-to-toe? Triple H asks if he wants to fight him. Really, you want to fight me? Orton said he does. I want the fight. Triple H said they both know when someone wants something, you don't give them the satisfaction. There's no benefit to this match to me. So the answer is no. He turned around. He left, or tried to leave at least. Orton asked if he's saying no again because his wife Stephanie isn't there, and therefore he couldn't retrieve his balls from her purse. So, I'm sure this line has been used. I know this line has been used once before. He's used this with a couple of people, Triple H mainly. But imagine what I just said in the beginning, and now you insert these two at the start of the show, and then you give us a rehash dialogue with what these two guys did back when they were actually feuding. Word for word. How is that a good look? It also goes to show you that WWE fans think, or WWE thinks their fans are completely fucking stupid, that they don't remember the dialogue in which Orton and Triple H were speaking, which is kind of pathetic, because some people do remember this shit. I had one guy on my social media give me every instance in which that line was used by Randy Orton. So clearly WWE thinks that fans have forgotten. Otherwise, they wouldn't have reiterated it again here. In a nothing promo, in a nothing segment that was merely done because somebody couldn't make the show. And they desperately tried to fill in somebody to get this show out there tonight on USA Network. So Orton went down, and he went down because Hunter got in his face, punched him in the face. Orton went down. He rolled outside. He looked up inside the ring where Triple H was looking down on him, checking his chin. I guess that means yes, says Randy Orton. Now, I will say this about Triple H. I don't want to shit on I'm actually a big fan of Triple H now for what he's done as an executive. I think everybody kind of knows that if you've been listening to me. I will say this about Triple H, man. You know, I don't really appreciate the fact that he's on the show in this capacity trying to wrestle. I don't want anybody to call out Triple H. Some people were saying this segment would have been better used for AJ Styles to call out Triple H in a match for WrestleMania, because apparently AJ Styles has been lobbying for a match against Triple H at WrestleMania. That could still be. That could still be. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, because AJ Styles' buddies in Gallows and Anderson right now are probably going to be in the biggest storyline in all of pro wrestling. And you know, if Triple H puts himself in there with a member of the Good Brothers of the club at WrestleMania, it's going to get him some of that spotlight. So I would not be surprised if that match happens. Some people were claiming that this should have been the setup, or at least the seeds planted for that. I'm not necessarily interested in Triple H wrestling at all. I don't know why Triple H needs to wrestle at WrestleMania. I don't know why Triple H needs to wrestle, period. Why are we booking WrestleMania with Triple H on the fucking card? I mean, what is wrong with you people? Have you not had enough? Seriously. Is Goldberg not enough for you? Because he's certainly going to be there. I will give Triple H this. When a top guy goes down, like Drew McIntyre, and they need somebody, he steps up. I don't know if he willingly stepped up. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe Meltzer or Alvarez will talk about this tonight or going into tomorrow. Maybe he stepped up on his own. Maybe he was asked to step up. I have no idea. But if he wasn't asked to step up, and he stepped up anyway, kudos to him. Shows the dedication, passion, and love that Triple H has for the company, that he would go out there and put himself in that situation to make things right. That's the type of leader you need. That's the type of leader I would want leading my group of guys. But if they did this because Triple H is a big name, we're going to put him with Randy Orton because we need something to really take those few eyeballs away from the college national championship game, then WWE's doing it for the wrong reasons. If you knew you were in a losing battle anyway, what good is doing Triple H versus Randy Orton and building that through a 3-hour television show? Why didn't you use this situation to maybe help a younger talent that hasn't had an opportunity, somebody that hasn't been featured on the show, maybe give them some rub when one of the top guys went down? Why does it have to be a Triple H? Why do we need to go to a Triple H? Why do we need to go to a Big Show? Why do we need to go to a legend? Why? This is exactly what is wrong with the show. And people are going to overlook it. This is my problem with the fucking show. People are going to overlook it. I shall not overlook it. I will never overlook it. I've been preaching the fucking choir for about 7 years now. Enough! WWE showed you one thing tonight. I could fucking blow my voice out all I want. They don't care. They don't give a shit about the young talent. They don't give a shit about the locker room. They don't give a shit about building for the future. They're going to do whatever they think is right in the moment because ratings. They're going to do whatever they think is right in the moment because they want eyeballs. They want most of the spotlight on WWE. Who's WWE? Triple H or Aleister Black? Triple H or Ali? Triple H or this one? The young talent on this show is being shafted. We're not even 2 weeks into 2021 and they're being absolutely fucking shit on. And everybody's expecting WWE to turn over a new leaf and change. Change for what? They're doing the same thing that they did in 2020. They're doing the same thing that they did in 2019. They're doing the same thing that they did in 2018. And it's gotten progressively worse. And I said it once, I'm going to say it again. This year will be the absolute worst ever. Creatively. And you're seeing it already. I give Triple H props for stepping up when he doesn't have to. I don't know in which manner he stepped up in. Like I said, was he asked? And he just said, yes, Vince. Or did he do it on his own because he loves the fucking company so much? I don't know. In either situation, you gotta commend him, but it ain't the right decision. I can't stand when young talent gets shafted. I can't. This show desperately needs an overhaul, and Triple H and Randy Orton in the main event is not that overhaul. Sarah Schreiber approached Charlotte Flair, the android, backstage. Charlotte said Lacey shamelessly flirted with her dad. Charlotte said it was classless, but Lacey wasn't the first woman to flirt with her father in front of her. She's not the first, and she won't be the last. So, she said she loves him, and he is the family. Charlotte said she's about to have a match It's 2021, and she wants to know why Sarah Schreiber is asking Charlotte about Ric Flair. Charlotte then says, I plan to show this classless woman how to act like a lady. Maybe Lacey Evans can show you how to plug in your fucking USB cord so that you may charge your battery at the end of the fucking evening. I don't know. Charlotte asked Sarah Schreiber, it's 2021 and you're standing there asking me about my father. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, folks. Wasn't Ric Flair on the show last week? Wasn't Ric Flair in a segment that aided in the outcome of Charlotte Flair's match? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Ric Flair factor into the outcome of Charlotte Flair's match last week? Ric Flair was on the fucking show last week. Of course Sarah Schreiber's gonna ask Charlotte about her father. Maybe she didn't get enough juice from the fucking power outlets in Tropicana Field. I don't know. Maybe she's running low on fumes. I have no fucking idea, man. But he was on the show last week. Why wouldn't she ask about Ric Flair? Lacey then was interviewed by Sarah Schreiber. Charlotte needs to calm down, go grab a sweet tea, sit down on a swing, on a porch, and take some deep breaths. She said she didn't flirt with anybody that didn't want to be flirted with. She said Rick is a charming, powerful, handsome man's man. She said tonight is dedicated to Flair. Tonight, Ric Flair, this one is for you, sweetheart. She said that in a very flirtatious manner. So, we go to Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans. Charlotte went after Lacey early in the match. I dozed off during this match because I tried my best to watch. Seriously, I mean this wholeheartedly. I tried to watch this match. My eyes were half open and half closed. What I watched was absolutely painful. Painful. Charlotte Flair and Lacey Evans are fucking terrible together in the ring. We know how good Charlotte is. I'm not taking that away from her. Lacey Evans is fucking god-awful. She doesn't know what she's doing in there. It's like she's got two left feet in there. The offense was as weak as The Miz in there. There was miscommunication in there. And it was just painful to watch. It really was. Nothing about this match resonated with me whatsoever. It made sense coming out of last week's Legends show, but do I want to see Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair in the ring? No, I don't. I do not. No sign of Asuka. No sign of Asuka here on this show. And no Peyton Royce. Asuka is Charlotte's partner. Peyton Royce is Lacey Evans' partner. Where are they? I'll leave that up to you. So we got Lacey Evans winning in 8 minutes. Now, how did Lacey Evans beat the android? So, Ric Flair was on the outside. Charlotte hit her natural selection. And Lacey was by the ropes. Ric Flair put Lacey's leg over the bottom rope so that the referee stopped the pinfall off the natural selection. Charlotte got up, gave her father a nasty look. I'm not home, he said. I'm not staying home, Rick then yelled. So, Charlotte was going for a suplex on Lacey. Lacey rolled to the apron. Charlotte was going for a suplex. They did the old Ultimate Warrior Rick Rude spot at WrestleMania 5, where Bobby the Brain Heenan was holding the Warrior's leg down. So she went for this suplex on Lacey from the apron inside the ring, and Ric Flair grabbed Charlotte Flair's boot, tripped her up, and Lacey Evans pins Charlotte Flair to win in 8 minutes. They celebrated in the aisleway, and Lacey Evans says, I'm gonna go get dressed in the hotel room, wink, wink. Folks, I have a very important question to ask you. I'm going to take a sip of my cold beverage. Before I do that, please give me 1 second. Charlotte Flair has lost 2 weeks in a row now to begin Monday Night Raw in 2021, okay? She got pinned last week because of Ric Flair. She got pinned this week because of Ric Flair. I don't know what good this is doing Lacey Evans. In fact, it's probably doing nothing. Lacey Evans is not more over for it. Ric Flair turning on his daughter doesn't make sense. But I want you guys to know that Charlotte Flair refused to put over Rhea Ripley. But here we are in 2021, and Charlotte Flair has lost 2 matches in a row to Lacey Evans. But she couldn't put over Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. She couldn't take the pin at In Your House NXT TakeOver, and Io had to pin Rhea because Charlotte couldn't take a pinfall. Yet we got Charlotte being pinned 2 weeks in a row by Lacey Evans. Why is that not being discussed by people in the online wrestling community? Nobody finds that to be a fucking problem? That doesn't anger anybody? Because that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Keep these 2 women out of the ring together. This was a dreadful affair. Don't want to see it ever again. And I don't know why Ric Flair and Lacey Evans are a thing now. How does this make sense? What is this leading to? I can't imagine. This is leading towards Charlotte falling into the doldrums of despair. I just have a feeling that this is going to build Charlotte up and have her overcome the odds in some weird fucking way. We're being toyed with here, folks. Charlotte is not in a slump. I would not be surprised if she wins the Royal Rumble again. I would not be surprised. Telling you, man, our souls are going to be fucked with on January 31st. Kayla Braxton was with Keith Lee backstage, and she asked how he'll bounce back from last week's defeat. Kayla, you better be asking him how he's going to bounce back from the terrible 4 months that he's had on Monday Night Raw so far. How are you going to bounce back, limited Keith Lee? Sheamus then came in, said he doesn't want to kick him when he's down. He gave him credit for putting up a hell of a fight with Drew McIntyre. He said, listen, I heard you earned Drew's respect, and if you earned Drew's respect, you earned my respect. So in walks John Morrison and The Miz, legitimately 2 of the worst reasons to watch Monday Night Raw. Miz showed off his Money in the Bank briefcase. They were very obnoxious as always. Sheamus asks which one is dumb and the other is dumber. Morrison pointed at Miz being dumber. Miz says that their resolution is to right all the wrongs in 2021. He said the next 2 wrongs are both Sheamus and Keith Lee. Sheamus asked if that means that they're challenging both him and Lee to a fight tonight. Miz brought up the Pittsburgh Steelers as proof no one is untouchable. Lee said, challenge accepted. Sheamus didn't seem on board with it, but Miz brought up Sheamus giving Keith Lee a bro kick the last time that they were in the ring with each other, and they walked away. Sheamus then looked very angry and then looked on board with having this tag team match with Keith Lee. Jeff Hardy was in the ring. Jeff Hardy got a jobber's entrance. And here I thought Jeff Hardy was going to re-sign with the company and something was going to happen to Jeff Hardy. Maybe Jeff Hardy was going to look like a bigger deal because WWE wanted him to stay. Maybe they had plans for Jeff Hardy. And here he is on Monday Night Raw in another match with Elias. And if you watched the show tonight, you would have seen that he didn't wrestle Elias, that he wrestled Jackson Ryker. And then he wrestled Elias. Some Monday night, huh? Yeah, I know. I'm jealous of everybody that didn't watch this show with me, man. Jeff Hardy was in the ring. Elias says that he hurt himself in the studio playing guitar. Creative. He's got blisters. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. Let me go ask Dave Mustaine what he feels like after he fucking records a session with Megadeth. So he's got blisters on his hand. He says, you're not wrestling me tonight. You're wrestling Jackson Ryker. Jackson Ryker wins in 1 minute. A roll-up, and that was it. Hardy looked like a fucking geek, courtesy of Jackson Ryker. I don't understand what they're doing with Jackson Ryker. It really upsets me that Jackson Ryker was the one that everybody shit on online. Called for him to be terminated. Called for him to be fucking thrown out of the WWE locker room. He had all this heat because he was pro-president, right? Soon to be ex-president, right? He was pro that guy. And everybody disliked him. He was posting racially insensitive slurs online. And now he's back with Elias, and he's got more in-ring time than both Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler. How is that? How is that right? And why does that make sense to anybody? I don't really understand that. You got Jackson Ryker in the ring on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, you got Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler, the Forgotten Sons, when it was just them. They're a damn good fucking tag team. That is a damn good tag team. And they haven't had one match on SmackDown being paired with Baron Corbin in his Knights of the Lone Wolf. Why? What, WWE can't use extra tag teams nowadays? Is Jackson Ryker the next fucking Kenny Omega? I don't know. But why is he in the ring more than both Blake and Cutler? Is what I want to know. So Jeff Hardy got on the microphone. He told Elias that he won't wrestle him because that would show the world that Ryker is better than Elias. Elias told Ryker, listen, I'm going to go beat the shit out of this guy. Do not interfere in my match. I'm going to beat him up. Do not interfere in my match. So Elias had a match with Jeff Hardy. Hardy won with a twist of fate and a swanton bomb. Not much here. Not much here at all. After the match, Elias was upset with Ryker. Ryker came to console Elias. And Elias said, why didn't you help me out? And then Ryker was like, well, you told me not to interfere in the match. You instructed me not to help you. Goodbye. Some Monday Night Raw after the first hour, huh? Yeah, I know. Sheamus and Keith Lee versus Miz and Morrison. Miz and Morrison are two of the... I love John Morrison. Don't get me wrong. The Miz is terrible. The Miz is truly god-awful. And I have a piece of information here. Some news, some funny news in regards to The Miz. Now, this is coming from Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil, catering. You know Titus. Titus Worldwide. You know Titus Catering. It's the most established catering organization in all of the industry. They are top-notch, man. They're overbooked. They're booked well into 2025. Don't even ask. Don't even ask, man. I heard Titus's lobster bisque. I'm not even a seafood guy. But I heard his lobster bisque is to die for, man. Unbelievable, man. A nice lobster bisque with a buttered roll. Can't beat that, man. Cannot beat that. Titus O'Neil says The Miz has the worst finishing move in all of WWE. I would actually kind of agree with him there. He says this. Now, he was interviewed by, I don't know, there was rapid fire questions on WWE's YouTube channel. And Titus O'Neil stated that The Miz's skull-crushing finale is the worst finishing move of all time. Titus O'Neil was asked to quickly name the WWE superstar, be it past or present, with the worst finishing move, and he said, without hesitation, The Miz. O'Neil didn't explain why he isn't a fan of the skull-crushing finale. And I know I'm not the only one, but a large portion of the WWE audience and wrestling critics like myself have been very critical of The Miz's offense in general. I think The Miz's offense is fucking terrible. It is one of the weakest looking offenses in all of the sport. It's not believable at all. In fact, he's actually gotten worse. At one point, he was very good. And now it's just like, I'm collecting a paycheck. I'm set for life. I got a hot blonde wife. What the fuck do I care? I don't really give a shit. He's just there. He's having a good time. God bless him. But that doesn't make him good at what he does. He's gone like this and then like this. He's declined. But most athletes at this stage of their career decline. And The Miz is no different. He sucks. His offense is genuinely terrible, man. One of the worst ever. So I would not disagree here with Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil, by the way, his last match was November 9th, where he lost the United States Championship match to Bobby Lashley. He's been in catering ever since, man, and doing a fantastic job, I must say. So we got Sheamus and Keith Lee versus Miz and Morrison here. I didn't really understand the pairing of Sheamus and Lee. I didn't really know where they would go with Lee after he lost that WWE title match last week. Clean, by the way. But this was a fine tag team match for what it was, man. There was a big spot here where Keith Lee pounced Morrison in the corner, knocking the top turnbuckle loose. The top turnbuckle and the top rope fell down. It broke. They went to commercial break. I'd like to see more spots by Keith Lee like this because it really sells the fact that he is a genuine fucking super beast. I would love to see more shit like this. And Morrison sold it fantastic. He was pounced. He went up into the turnbuckle. It was almost like he was underneath the turnbuckle. He was literally launched underneath the turnbuckle. Fucking thing exploded in the corner. We went to commercial break. We were back from commercial break. You see one of the tech guys tightening the rope up. Nice spot there. I'd like to see more of that type of stuff from Keith Lee. Miz and Morrison then double-teamed Sheamus for a while. Lee then got the hot tag in. He power-slammed John Morrison. Miz broke up the pin. Lee threw him out of the ring. He then turned to Morrison, but Morrison hit a Pele kick. Morrison springboarded towards Lee. He slipped a little bit, and then Lee swatted him out of midair. Sheamus tagged himself in, finished Morrison with a bro kick. Sheamus hugged him, and that was pretty much it. Sheamus and Lee win in 13 minutes. All is good in the land of Sheamus and Keith Lee. All is good. I heard they were going to go out for several pints of Guinness after this unbelievable victory over Miz and Morrison. Sarah Schreiber asked Triple H how he responds to Randy Orton's challenge. He said that he accepts. He's going to give Randy Orton what he wants. Great. I can't wait. 2021, man. Orton, Triple H in the main event. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So after the break, we go to commercial break. After the break, we get a hard shot of what's happening in the ring. Remember that several pints of Guinness that I just said that Keith Lee and Sheamus were going to go out to the bar and share? No, man. Apparently Keith Lee wanted Natty Ice and Sheamus wanted Guinness. And this led to a brawl in the middle of the ring, and it led to a match. Joe said Lee and Sheamus were about to beat the hell out of each other. Sheamus shoved Lee. They were both angry at each other, and we have an impromptu match. Sheamus versus Keith Lee after Sheamus and Keith Lee went about 15 minutes against Miz and Morrison. Unreal. So these guys went another 7 minutes. Sheamus was in control for most of this. Sheamus was on the defensive for a little bit. He came back and bashed his arm into the ring post. Then Keith Lee was trying to take over. Several minutes in, Sheamus got a 2 count after a knee strike. He was slow to get up. And Sheamus went for an armbar, but Lee resisted and lifted and slammed Sheamus to break free. Lee then landed a spirit bomb for a 3 count. Not really a good match. Not really a good look for either one of these guys. But I don't blame them, man, because they were fucking tired to begin with. They exuded a lot in 15 minutes, and then you ask them to take maybe a minute or 2 breather and then go into a match. 2 hosses getting in there asking them to go another 7 to 10 minutes. I don't really understand the logic there. Like, there was nothing else that you could have done on this show to plug in to this segment. We needed another Keith Lee and Sheamus match. Keith Lee and Sheamus got a decent victory over Miz and Morrison, but then you turn right around and have Keith Lee get a clean victory over Sheamus. Sheamus, by the way, who should be in line next for the WWE title because that's where they were going between him and Drew McIntyre. So now Sheamus suffers a loss for absolutely no reason. But why am I complaining about wins and losses on Monday night? They don't fucking count. They don't matter. So why should it matter to me now? After the fight, Sheamus stood and hugged Keith Lee out of respect for a tough fight. I don't know where this is going. You honestly want to know what I think of this? I honestly think Sheamus and Keith Lee could have a Cesaro and Sheamus situation here. And it wouldn't be the first time Sheamus is in this type of situation. They had a best of 7. Sheamus and Cesaro had a best of 7. And then they ended up being tag team partners. And they ended up being in a damn good fucking tag team called The Bar. I could see Sheamus and Keith Lee doing the same exact thing. There's always going to be ups and downs with Sheamus and Keith Lee. Could WWE be booking them in a best of 7? I don't know. Could WWE be booking them in a best of 7 where they trade victories back and forth? They go all 7 matches and then they end up becoming a tag team and winning the tag team championships? I don't know. But these guys just honestly feel like after Goldberg getting the shot against Drew McIntyre, both guys feel directionless. It's awful. It's just awful to look at Keith Lee and look at him having no direction on the main roster. Everybody was so high on Keith Lee, and now he is directionless and limited. And Sheamus, he's that guy you can plug into any situation. He's great at what he does. He's great on the microphone. He's a legit badass. But what is he doing? Seems like they're hot on Sheamus one week and then down on Sheamus the next. Hot on Sheamus one week, down on Sheamus the next. So nobody's over on this show. So when I mention anybody on this show, it's like, I don't give a fuck. Because nobody is genuinely over. Nobody has momentum. That's their problem. But they don't care. Drew McIntyre, in a selfie video, because he wasn't there, because he's in quarantine, talked about Bill Goldberg. Drew then said he didn't see Goldberg's interrupting him last week coming at all. I don't think anybody did. Said he and his brother used to watch Goldberg back in the day take out one opponent after the other. As the old expression goes, never meet your heroes in person because they will always let you down. Said he wanted to like him, respect him, admire him, but he let him down and his legacy down. He took Goldberg to task for presuming to read his mind and put words into his mouth. He said he's a firm believer in giving respect to get respect. He called him Billy, and he said he didn't know anything about being WWE champion. By the way, if Goldberg wins the WWE champion, he may be in the record books for holding the World Heavyweight Championship, the Universal Championship, and the WWE Championship. He may be the only one to accomplish this feat. So I was throwing that out there. So if you don't think he's going to win, there's another fucking reason for WWE to put the goddamn title on him on January 31st. He called him Billy and said he doesn't know anything about being WWE champion. He said it's the most prestigious title and it's eluded him his entire career. Said he didn't want to accept his challenge because he is 20 years older than him. He said his opinion changed when he put his hands on him. He then accepted Goldberg's challenge. You're next. Real creative there, Drew. Real creative. Why is this match happening? I don't know. Apparently Vince McMahon thinks Goldberg is going to put Drew McIntyre at another level. After beating Brock Lesnar, he thinks that's going to happen. So by default, you're making Brock Lesnar's loss and Drew McIntyre's victory over Brock Lesnar seem like, that was all right, but this is the bigger deal. Give me a break. And because Goldberg offers a challenge to Drew McIntyre, WWE is booking this match because they have nobody else for Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. They have nobody for him on Monday Night Raw. So what does that mean? Going into WrestleMania, what does this mean? Drew McIntyre's going to defend the title against whom exactly? If that is the reason that they're giving Goldberg the shot because they don't have anybody else lined up for Drew McIntyre right now, what does that tell you? It tells me that Drew McIntyre didn't have anybody going into the Rumble before Goldberg, and he's not going to have anybody after the Royal Rumble. And I don't know where they go with this match. I laid it all out there on Saturday's podcast, man. Goldberg can win the fucking title and then take the goddamn title to SmackDown, confront Roman Reigns. The winner of the Royal Rumble can put himself in the middle of that nonsense and make it a triple threat match. Goldberg can lose, show up in the Rumble and win the Rumble anyway. This is a scary situation. And don't forget about the X Factor here, man. The fucking one that nobody's talking about. Brock Lesnar could win the Royal Rumble. We haven't heard from Brock Lesnar at all. He could show up and win the Royal Rumble. This is going to be a scary Royal Rumble. It really is. But that's the reason that Vince McMahon is booking this match. There's nobody for Drew right now. They ruined Keith Lee. Matt Riddle's a fucking comedy geek. AJ Styles, they wasted that title shot at TLC for what? I don't know. You can look at that being a WrestleMania match, but they opted to do it at TLC because they love blowing their load. Does Bruce. Now they have nobody. Whose fault is that? Do better. Build the future. Build new stars. Build challengers. And don't give me the Fiend. Bray Wyatt versus Drew McIntyre sounds fucking awful. It really does. And I think we've had enough of Bray Wyatt holding titles. It's like his fucking kryptonite. But this is a scary situation. He accepted the challenge. Matt Riddle, the comedy geek, he was talking to somebody off camera, and he couldn't wait to beat Bobby Lashley. He compared beating Bobby Lashley to buying a pizza loaded with cheese, loaded with all the meats, and then when you get the box and you take it home and you open it and you smell it and you take that first bite, he does. He does all the motions and the sound effects, man. Like I said, he's a fucking comedy geek. Then he was talking to the Lucha House Party. They pan over and they're talking to, or he's talking to, Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. And Lince Dorado was, what you're telling me is you're hungry. Now, Matt Riddle might be new around here. He's relatively new to Raw. Maybe he doesn't grasp how great Titus Catering is. He's over here wanting pizza, talking about pizza, wanting to order a pizza, smelling a pizza, biting a pizza. Listen, man, I heard Titus makes an incredible deep dish pizza. Now, I don't know what Matt Riddle thinks of deep dish, but Titus is quite the dough flipper, from what I was told, man. I don't know if that's true or not, but my sources told me that his tomato sauce is fucking fantastic, man. You name it, he's got every topping in the book, man. You want cheese? Titus got cheese, bro. Parmesan? He's got it. He's got mozzarella. You want fucking Swiss? You want a cheeseburger pizza? He'll make it for you. He'll make anything you want, man. Gouda? He's got it. Pepper Jack? He's got it. Blue cheese? He's got it, man. Buffalo? He's got it. This guy's a fucking savage, man. Don't start talking about pizza and neglect Titus O'Neil. Moving on. Anyway, man. Listen, bro, I had a long day. I had a long fucking day here, man. Seriously. Oh, my God. Listen, man. I appreciate you guys being here, man. I really do. We're live on YouTube right now. 1,874 in the chat right now. Hit that fucking thumbs up, man. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Get your super chats in. We're rolling through this show. And I want to give a special shout out to my sponsor today, man. Ritual. Give me a 1 in the chat, guys, if you take a multivitamin every day. Give me a 1 in the chat if you take a multivitamin every day and you don't necessarily know what's in that multivitamin. You think you're taking something that's good for you, but in the end, you might be taking something that's doing absolutely nothing for you. That's why I got Ritual, man. Do you really know what's in your multivitamin? Sugars, GMOs, synthetic fillers, artificial colorants, not to mention animal byproducts. Listen to this, like sheep's wool, gelatin from hooves and hides. They're all ingredients that you're gonna find in a multivitamin. But Ritual is not your typical multivitamin, man. Ritual is clean, it's vegan friendly, and it's made with key nutrients in forms where your body can actually use these nutrients. There's no shady extras. Now, I've been taking Ritual, man. Listen, I've been taking Ritual. I got a bottle right over there, man. I've been taking Ritual for the last couple of months. I don't usually like multivitamins. They're big. They look like horse pills. They're tough to swallow. They're very intimidating. These are not that. And I love Ritual, man, because when you take a Ritual vitamin, it's got a hint of mint. So that when you take the vitamin, it's easy. It's an easy process. I love it. And I love me some mint. Who doesn't? Ritual is also formulated with key nutrients, like I said. Vitamin D3 to help fill the gaps in your diet. Their refreshing taste delayed release capsules are designed to dissolve later in less sensitive areas of the stomach, so you guys can take them with or without food. And Ritual is made traceable. You'll always know where your nutrients come from thanks to Ritual's one-of-a-kind visible supply chain, man. Telling you. You got to get on this, man. You got to be healthy this new year. If you guys want to save some money, man, Ritual is offering all my listeners 10% during your first 3 months. All you got to do is visit ritual.com/script for your free trial today. Or not your free trial. 10% off your first 3 months. Ritual.com/script. Go and get your Ritual subscription started today, man. And I want to thank them for supporting Off the Script. Awesome stuff there, man. Appreciate you guys. I got some decent sponsors on this show, man. I really do. I really do. What's decent is Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods is somebody that I actually was asking for to receive a singles push. And I think Xavier Woods is the type of guy that could really break out. Kofi's got a shot. Big E got a shot. Why not Xavier? Xavier is damn good at what he does, man. He's always been good. And Xavier Woods was without Kofi Kingston tonight. He was without Kofi Kingston tonight, and I got news on Kofi Kingston. Apparently, Kofi Kingston is injured, according to Tom Phillips. So he did not come out with Xavier tonight. Woods went and faced Teabag tonight on Raw. And Tom Phillips revealed on commentary that Kofi Kingston is out of action with a fractured jaw. It was said that Kofi suffered that injury against the Hurt Business. Now, I don't know If that's legit or not, I guess we'll find out. We'll wait and see. But, a lot of people are going to be insinuating that he may be one of the casualties here that tested positive for COVID-19. And we don't know that for sure. Tom Phillips said it was a fractured jaw. We're taking it as a fractured jaw from the Hurt Business for now. So Xavier Woods wrestled T-Bar tonight with Ali, Reckoning, Slapjack, and Mace. T-Bar wins in 5 minutes. This was not bad for the time that they were given. Retribution distracted Xavier at ringside. He kicked Ali. T-Bar yanked Xavier's arm across the top rope. Took control towards the end. He finished him off with his eyes wide shut. GTS. T-Bar wins in 5 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. Dominik Dijakovic's a very good wrestler. Xavier's a very good wrestler. They were given more time and it was under a little bit more of an important situation. They might tear the house down. But I got news on Ali, too. Apparently, Ali went on Raw Talk last week and talked down to the Legends. So he said something about Legends Night and how Legends Night is exactly what's wrong with this business and is exactly what's wrong with this show. It was everything that we felt. Ali kind of reiterated to everybody. It was a promo that was supposed to come off like a shoot, but it was in fact a worked shoot. He didn't go on there speaking his own mind, not asking for permission. He asked for permission, and he made it look like a shoot. So then you got all the UK geeks, and you got all the dirt sheets reporting that apparently WWE is not happy about Mustafa Ali's comments about Hulk Hogan and other legends taking spot away from current stars. Ali is suggesting that WWE may never give him a live microphone again after the comments he made about the WWE legends that appeared on Raw last week. He said, a night like tonight is exactly what is wrong with this company. Ali said, 3 hours for guys that can barely walk. I am not bewildered. I know exactly that generation before me did pave the way, but what the hell are they doing here? And when are you going to let me walk that path? Guys like Drew Gulak, Akira Tozawa, myself, all of Retribution, not on the show. Why? Because we need to hear what you're going to do, brother, for the 7th millionth time. So Charlie Caruso was obviously, conducting this interview on Raw Talk. He then added, why don't you give us a chance? People that can contribute to this business and further this company, but no, let's push them all aside and give them 3 hours. 3 hours to people that can barely walk. So then he was insinuating, give me a microphone, give me a microphone. Some fans were commending him on the promo. And then he blurted out on Twitter that he may not actually be given a live microphone ever again. That WWE, insinuating that WWE doesn't trust him. Now, I don't think that's the case whatsoever. This was a worked shoot promo. If you guys don't understand what that is, it's just him in that moment, with the blessing of management, to go out there and make it sound real. That's exactly what he did, and he did it brilliantly. And now, WWE, I guess, gave him the leeway to kind of go out there and sell this gimmick as the leader of Retribution. This is not WWE unhappy with Mustafa Ali, getting ready to punish Mustafa. I mean, how much more could they fucking punish the guy? How much more could they punish Retribution? This is WWE giving Ali some leeway to sell his gimmick. And Ali is using social media brilliantly. That's exactly what it boils down to. Ali is not being punished. Ali is not being reprimanded by WWE. He's not in hot water. He doesn't have any heat on him, from what I know. This is nothing more than him being a damn good fucking wrestler and playing up the gimmick the way he should be playing up the gimmick to get that gimmick over. So no, WWE is not upset at Mustafa Ali. Backstage, Sarah Schreiber asked Orton about Triple H accepting his challenge. Orton says Hunter knows him better than anyone else. He said years ago, Hunter knew him better than he knew himself. He said, times have changed, and he has this newfound hatred for himself. He said it could be a horrible thing for others, but he's embracing it and directing that hate at someone else. He said that someone else tonight is Triple H. He then looked like he was getting ready to just be evil to Triple H. Bobby Lashley with MVP versus Matt Riddle. This one was for the United States Championship. Now, before I get the fucking belt across the fucking back by geeks on social media, before I get the fucking, the whipping from my buddy Tubby Emu, I know. I complained about it on social media. I get it. I'm not dumb. I get it. Okay? I don't even know why this match happened in the first place. But I get why they did what they did tonight. This match went 2 minutes. I know. I'm fucking dumbfounded and bewildered myself. Bobby Lashley and Matt Riddle went 2 minutes for the United States title. Bobby Lashley wins via tap out. And the reason why this match ended in almost a squash-like fashion was because Matt Riddle was jumped several times before the bell actually rung. The pre-match stuff actually was longer than the match itself. Matt Riddle was jumped. Matt Riddle was bloodied before the match started. I get it. Which led to a quick tap-out victory. And Bobby Lashley got the hurt lock on him. Tapped out. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. Bobby Lashley retains the United States Championship. But losing in 2 minutes after he was mounting a comeback is not really a good look here. Mounting a comeback and losing in 2 minutes and then getting tapped out by Bobby Lashley, I don't want to use the word buried, but it doesn't really do Matt Riddle any favors whatsoever. Now, I ranted on this heavy last week. I don't know why this match was even fucking made. I was under the impression, we still may get it, I was under the impression that we were going to get this at the Royal Rumble. But WWE gave it to us tonight for whatever reason. Matt Riddle and Bobby Lashley had a match last week, and Matt Riddle pinned Bobby Lashley through a fuck finish. I hate when WWE does that type of thing because WWE always, in every situation, takes the champion, takes the next challenger in line. They must hit a randomizer and a fucking name pops out. I don't know how these things are determined, but they take the champion, they put them in the ring with a challenger of their choosing for that month, have the challenger beat the champion on television clean so that they can justify the challenger getting a championship match at the pay-per-view. That is WWE's logic. That is their mentality. That is their formula. That is a shit formula. We should not be beating champions on television. The only time a champion should be losing is if he's dropping the title to the challenger on a major show. So I had a big issue with that. I have a big issue with that when WWE does that on a normal basis. Not just in this situation with Matt Riddle and Bobby Lashley. So Matt Riddle wins last week. He gets the title match. He gets jumped before the bell. He makes a comeback. He's got a bloody mouth. He gets tapped out in 2 minutes. Buried. So now what? Now what? Are they going to justify him getting another shot because he was jumped before the bell? That was the referee's discretion. If the referee wanted to disqualify Bobby Lashley for not adhering 3 different fucking times, then he should have called a disqualification. No, but he let the match happen. So the referee let this match happen. The referee let Matt Riddle get beat up. And Matt Riddle got beat in 2 minutes. Now WWE has a situation where they have to tell a story on how Matt Riddle's going to get another opportunity at the United States title. And you know what? You can't do it. Because he tapped out. So now we're looking at Matt Riddle, who beat the champion last week, who shouldn't have been beat because he was the most protected guy on the roster. Then he comes back this week and loses. So why didn't you beat Bobby Lashley last week if Matt Riddle was only going to be squashed in 2 minutes this week? How are you going to get Matt Riddle a title shot in the following weeks? Maybe we should talk to the referee who officiated this fucking thing. So fucking garbage. It really is. So then Matt Riddle sat up. He kept getting up and getting up and getting up. Said he couldn't beat Lashley, but he sure could beat MVP. So we got another double duty here by Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle wins against MVP via disqualification. Riddle climbed to the top rope. He landed his floating bro on MVP. Lashley ran in and attacked Riddle with a spear as he was going for the cover on MVP. Lashley beat up Riddle some more after the break. MVP joined in and kicked Riddle in the ribs. Riddle was selling all for Lashley and MVP, and that was it. Matt Riddle looks like a fucking loser. AJ Styles was backstage with Adam Pearce. He said if Reigns slips on 8 banana peels and Adam Pearce beats Reigns, then he wins the Rumble, they could end up facing each other at WrestleMania. Pearce said there's 3 weeks left before the Rumble, so he's got a lot on his mind right now. He didn't deny he's facing Reigns, though, by the way. Drew Gulak then came into frame, and he declared himself for the Royal Rumble. Pearce says, listen, I respect you, Drew, but there are only 30 spots, so I can't let you just declare yourself for the Royal Rumble. So Drew Gulak asks the most logical of questions. Well, why? AJ Styles just declared himself for the Royal Rumble. And then Styles asked, who have you beaten? I am a 2-time WWE champion. Who have you beaten? And then Drew Gulak says, all right. You want to fight? Let's do it. And then Adam Pearce is like, all right. Come on. You want your match with Styles? You got it. You got to earn your way into the Royal Rumble. So if you beat AJ Styles, you are entered into the Royal Rumble. Now, I don't really understand the logic here. This might have been one of those things that WWE put on the script and then Bruce had to proofread it or Vince had to proofread it. And it must have just went right over their fucking heads. Every single person that we've seen on television that's talked about the Royal Rumble has declared themselves for the Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce says you just can't declare yourself for the Royal Rumble. So, AJ Styles did it. Bobby Lashley did it. Daniel Bryan did it. Randy Orton did it. Everybody else is going to do it. But Drew Gulak has to qualify for the Royal Rumble. Why does one guy have to qualify, but everybody else can just say, hey, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble? It doesn't work that way. You're making everybody just seem stupid. You're putting some guys up here and you're putting some guys down here as if some guys are more important than others. Everybody's an equal in that Royal Rumble. You all have the same fucking opportunity. No matter if you come out at number 1 or number 30. Illogical. Now all of a sudden we're getting qualifying matches when we had half the fucking roster say, hey man, I'm going to enter myself into the Royal Rumble. With no management there to authenticate that decision. So AJ Styles beats Drew Gulak in 3 minutes. Phenomenal forearm for the win. And then that's it. That's it. So then we go to the next match. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Remember when Adam Pearce said, well, you just can't declare yourself for the Royal Rumble to Drew Gulak? Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke made their way to the ring. We got a soundbite of Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke saying that they are declaring themselves for the Royal Rumble. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are in the Royal Rumble. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke are in the Royal Rumble. What have they done? Who have they beaten? But Drew Gulak, poor Drew Gulak, has to qualify for the Royal Rumble. Folks, this is the very instance. This is the very situation. You want to know why JD complains about everything? Look at how fucking stupid that all sounds. And you don't want me to complain about the company blatantly thinking you're a complete fucking idiot, because that's exactly what they're doing. They think you are a complete imbecile. And you won't ask these questions. And you won't think about this. Oh, it's the Royal Rumble. Who gives a fuck? But Drew Gulak had to qualify, but Mandy Rose and catering don't have to. Maybe she had a French fry eating contest in the back and she won. I don't fucking know. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax win in 3 minutes. 3 minutes too long. Baszler tagged herself in. Jax was climbing the second rope. She applied the Kirifuda clutch for the win. Jax wasn't happy. Baszler then calmed down. And that was it. Whatever. Triple H versus Randy Orton. This was a fight and not a wrestling match. There was no referee present here. Triple H made his ring entrance. And Orton made his ring entrance. They did their over-the-top entrances. The usual shit by these two guys. We got Triple H wearing jeans and a Motorhead t-shirt. And Randy Orton was in his traditional ring trunks. So it's nice that Triple H came to a fight in street fight clothes and not his wrestling gear. Because I know I didn't want to see him on the show in a wrestling capacity anyway, and I'm glad he didn't fucking take his shirt off. I don't think we need to see 50-year-old Triple H without his shirt on. So they were going at it at ringside. Triple H dropped Orton onto the announce desk. Hunter threw Orton into the ring. He then reached underneath the ring and he grabbed his sledgehammer, held it in the air. All of a sudden, we hear the Fiend sound effects inside the Thunderdome. Some of the lights went off. Orton looked around worried. Hunter looked around worried. Hunter then lifted his sledgehammer because the camera was shot right on Triple H's upper torso. Sledgehammer was down on the ground. He had something in his hand. He had the sledgehammer in his hand, obviously, but you didn't see the sledgehammer on TV. So with some of the lights out in the Thunderdome, he lifts up the sledgehammer, and the sledgehammer is on fire. The sledgehammer is on fire. So Triple H held up the sledgehammer like it was a torch because all the lights were going out in the Thunderdome. And then all of a sudden, the entire arena went dark. You don't see the fire at all. You don't see the lighted up sledgehammer that's on fire. Everything is just complete darkness. So the lights turn back on, and Triple H is gone. There's no sledgehammer, there's no fire, there's no Triple H. And Randy Orton is in the ring with Alexa Bliss, and you hear this demented Firefly Funhouse theme playing in the background. So Bliss is standing in the corner, and she's staring down Randy Orton. Randy Orton's looking around. He's looking for the Fiend. He thinks, well, if Alexa's here, then the Fiend's got to be here. Alexa walks towards Randy Orton, and she holds up one of her gloves. And she's got, I believe, on her gloves, play and pain. So she held up the pain glove, and pain was written right on her hand. She held up her hand underneath her chin, And all of a sudden, she lifted up her other hand and threw a fireball at Randy Orton. Randy Orton was selling this fireball to the eyes. He was grunting and moaning in pain, rolling around on the ground. He was crying out in pain, holding his head, holding his eyeballs. And that's the way the show went off the air. So when you're asking, JD, who won the match between Randy Orton and Triple H? Alexa Bliss beat Randy Orton and Triple H. But that's the way that Monday Night Raw has been creatively written for the last 10 years, I would say. Probably even longer than that. So I'm not really surprised that Alexa Bliss ended up winning a match between Triple H and Randy Orton. A fight, I should say, between Triple H and Randy Orton. I cannot wait for this bullshit to be over with. And this is not the last we're going to see of this shit. I reported on Off the Script that the Firefly Funhouse match that they had planned, another gimmick match for the Royal Rumble, may be canned. It may be deleted. Maybe scrapped from the Rumble. Because Randy Orton already announced himself, without qualifying, announced himself for the Royal Rumble. So, I can't see him doing a Firefly Funhouse match and then entering himself into the Royal Rumble. I could see something along the lines of Bray Wyatt eliminating Randy Orton from the Royal Rumble. And then maybe do something at the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. I said it at the beginning of the show. I don't like magic with my pro wrestling. Okay? I don't like all this hocus pocus shit, fire and lightning. I don't like this shit. Really don't. It's not for me. It's not for me. Maybe when I was younger, fine. But now that we're grown adults, I mean, we got one cliffhanger after another cliffhanger and another cliffhanger. They're supposed to be entertaining. They're supposed to be engaging. They're supposed to be interesting. I'm not interested in what happens here. Randy Orton somehow set Alexa Bliss on fire. They didn't follow it up. They barely even fucking mentioned the thing until 40 minutes into the fucking show. A human being burned. And they don't mention it until 40 minutes in. Then we go another week and we don't hear a fucking word. And then all of a sudden Alexa Bliss comes back and shoots a goddamn fucking fireball like she's Ken in Street Fighter. Hadouken! Or Dalsim. Some of you might enjoy it. I don't. I really don't. And quite honestly, I don't give a shit. The sooner this ends, the sooner we get Edge and Orton, the better. Let's move Randy on from the Fiend. Let's move him on from Edge. Let's move this show on to something new. This entire show needs to be turned upside down. I wish she would have shot a fucking fireball at whoever wrote the fucking script for this goddamn piece of shit. That's who really deserves the goddamn fireball. How was your Monday Night Raw review? Not really all that entertaining whatsoever. But that's Raw for you, man. What could I tell you? Make sure you guys hit those thumbs up, man. We got 834 thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 before we get on out of here, man. We got some super chats coming. If you guys want to hang out, get them in. If not, I'll see you back on Wednesday with my boy Jesse. We're going to talk about AEW, man. Big AEW New Year's Smash Night 2 on Wednesday night. And thank you guys for showing up tonight and hanging out with me on the Monday Night Raw review. I'm sure another couple of WWE superstars will bench me on Twitter because of what I talk about here, but oh well, man. You don't like it? Tough shit. Who do we got here, man? Let's start off with the Streamlabs. Let's see if anybody donated Streamlabs here, man. We got Aussie 40 donating $5. Fuck Goldberg, he says. Thank you, Aussie. Your boy Chris with a $3 donation. What's up, JD? Great OTS last weekend. And fantastic Raw review tonight. Can I get a fuck Bill Goldberg? Everyone stay safe. Love the OTS family. OTS helped me out with my depression in 2020. Just want to say thank you. 2020 is your year. I hope so, man. Thank you. Sean Planet Stasiak. $4.99. If WWE isn't having fans for the Royal Rumble, what makes you think they will for WrestleMania? Another full year of the Thunderdome. Shaking my head. Mr. Stasiak, you must have not watched the podcast on Saturday, where I discussed why WWE is going to have fans at WrestleMania. If you think Vince McMahon is going to have no fans at WrestleMania for a second year in a row, come on, man. You don't know what you are watching. I don't know if that's the great one on YouTube in the chat. I doubt it is. I don't think he watches anybody in the chat. I don't know, man. Maybe it's him. He's a cool dude. Not sure if that's the real one, but if it is, what's up, brother? Henley Pierre with a $50 super chat. Hey, JD, I have a feeling Miz is going to cash in at Royal Rumble and give WWE an out for Goldberg to win the title by pinning Miz instead of Drew in a triple threat match, or Miz wins the title and Goldberg later wins the Rumble. It's horrible, but it could happen. Kenley, I love you for the $50, man, but please, you're going to give me fucking nightmares. The Miz shouldn't even have the briefcase to begin with. Why the fuck did they give it back to him? They gave it back to him to lose it just like he did the first time. It didn't make sense the first time they gave it back to him. Davey Thompson with a $5 super chat. I was hoping Triple H was going to announce Vince's retirement. Boy, was I wrong. Bro, you can't get your hopes up. Vince ain't going nowhere, bro. Vince is going to be 98 years old. I'll be in my fucking 50s doing this shit, and Vince will still be alive. He's not going nowhere. He's got that fountain of youth, man. Jacob with a $5 super chat. Lost count how many times I dozed off watching this show. At this point, I have no idea what can save it. Unacceptable. The fucking creative on this show is unacceptable, man. I hate it. It's the worst show in the industry right now. Jacob, I love you, man. Thank you. Mark with a $5 super chat. Fun fact, Triple H versus Randy Orton main evented the January 3rd, 2005 Raw. Imagine seeing that again 16 years later, but leaving off Aleister Black or Ali. Awful. Bro, if Aleister Black doesn't leave this fucking company, man, there's no saving anybody. Honestly. There's no hope. Tenario, 128 with a $2 super chat. Wyatt's or Shield? I don't know, man. That's a tough question. I'm going Shield. Michael Raymond, $2 super chat. A new year, a new superstar loses an eye. I don't know what it is, man. Vince McMahon losing eyeballs. He's got this fetish with fucking eyeballs, man. I don't know. SmackDown is so much better than Monday Night Raw. Listen, it's better by a little bit, but it's the better show, I will agree. Richard Williams with a $2 super chat. What's up, JD? I didn't watch Raw, I waited to watch you. That's the way it should be, man. Who else is better at doing this shit than me? Nobody. You all know I'm the best. That's why you're here. Rick O'Shea, $4.99 super chat. JD, Lee was crying on the way to the ring tonight. Do you think it's because he knew Vince was going to end Riddle's career tonight? Hashtag shoe collector. Lee was crying on the way to the ring tonight? I don't know, man. I didn't see that. Listen, Keith Lee and Matt Riddle buried on Monday Night Raw. I don't want to hear another word from anybody else, man. Michael Raymond with a $5 super chat. JD, while WWE wanted to bury Keith Lee, the WWE ring took the J.O.B. Vince might not see anything in him, but even inanimate objects put him over. I don't think inanimate objects would have taken his fucking theme music away from him either. Clothesline from the Bronx. $5 super chat. Tony Khan can write a new show overnight for the Brody show, but WWE with 65 writers can't write at least a decent show. Monday Night Trash. Bro, Tony Khan, listen, Tony Khan wrote that show on Sunday and prepped everybody for Wednesday. Yet WWE can't do it with their deepest roster ever and 76 writers. That's what happens when your showrunner is fucking 75 years old and out of his mind fucking demented. World of Wrestling, $5 super chat. People say that Goldberg is better than 95% of the roster. Those people are a bunch of fucking idiots. Those people shouldn't be watching fucking pro wrestling. Those people probably like Monday Night Raw on a weekly basis. Those are the accounts that you see on Instagram. 9 out of 10. You should get 9 fucking fireballs out of 10 to the eye. Maybe the reason why is because of bad creative. People are so stupid. People grow up and open your eyes. Well, how can we open our eyes if fucking Alexa Bliss is throwing fireballs at them? World of Wrestling, I appreciate you. Thank you. Wrestling with Respect, $4.99 super chat. Watching Charlotte versus Lacey was like watching Charlotte versus a less talented Charlotte. We were seeing double. The only thing Lacey needs to see double of is fucking Performance Center time with Matt Bloom and William Regal. Get her the fuck out of there. Wrestling with Respect. Thank you. Another $5 super chat from Clothesline from the Bronx. Fuck Bill Goldberg for ending Bret Hart's career. Fuck Goldberg then, now, and forever. And by the way, Trivium are beasts. In Flames are growing on me. Trivium is awesome. In Flames sucks now. I mean, In Flames, everything before Clayman is awesome. Clayman was great. Anything after Clayman, forget about it. Completely downhill. Some of it's good, but most of it sucks. There's one song off the new album that I really like. It's called Stay With Me. It's the last song on the album. It's my favorite song there. It's a ballad. I'm a big ballad guy. World of Wrestling, $5 super chat. The Royal Rumble card should be Men and Women Royal Rumble, IC title, Big E versus Apollo Crews, US title, Lashley versus Riddle, and both world titles. Don't forget about Sasha versus Carmella. The Royal Rumble undercard this year looks fucking miserable. That's all I'll say. Shantez Montgomery with a $5 super chat. Is it me or is Bill Goldberg that uncle who shows up at a family cookout and takes 3 plates home without chipping in on any food? Yeah, that's Bill. That's my good old buddy Billy. Billy and Bruce. Quite the couple they make. Davey Thompson with a $5 super chat. I just wanted to clarify, I did not watch the entire show. I mean, why would I? Davey, listen, you saved yourself a couple of hours of depression. That's all I could say. You would be sleeping by now, and you would have missed my show because Raw was so bad. So, I appreciate you, man. Jericho8131 with a $10 super chat. I saw people on Twitter tonight speculating that Goldberg beats Drew and Lesnar wins the Rumble, setting up Goldberg and Lesnar at WrestleMania. Your thoughts if WWE goes this miserable route again? Bro, people are asking for the most cancerous of outcomes. You're gonna have me, I swear to Christ, you're gonna have me come on here and say, I would rather Jinder Mahal win the Royal Rumble. You're gonna have me come on here and say it. Ben N with a $5 super chat. I bet the angle they're doing with Sheamus and Lee will lead to the Raw Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 37. I mean, they have no other fucking choice. They got no other tag teams. Sambino X with a $15 super chat. Big fan, JD. Rants are epic. I know this is a Raw review, but I'd like Bianca to win the Royal Rumble. Your thoughts? I think Bianca winning the Royal Rumble is a solid choice. She is my number 2 to win the Royal Rumble. In fact, I know my choice is not going to win, but I'm holding out hope for a match to still happen between the two. But I am going with Bayley to win the Royal Rumble. I think Bayley is actually the more perfect choice to win the Royal Rumble. You get Bayley and Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. You get that out of the way for a very long time. Sasha wins. You get those two ladies a much-deserved WrestleMania match, which I know they both want. Sasha wins. You save the Sasha-Bianca match for SummerSlam. That way you give Sasha a lengthy title reign and Bianca doesn't feel too rushed. That's exactly how I would pitch it to Vince McMahon. And nobody could really refute that I don't make sense. That's a very logical situation right there. That is a sound fucking plan right there. P.S. Cold beverages still on me, bro. Visiting New York this summer. Sambino. I'll take a Guinness. Hollywood Guy. $5 super chat. Do you think that Ric Flair, Charlotte, and Lacey will be the story like Dawn Marie, Tori, and her dad? Bro, listen, knowing Bruce Pritchard, it probably is going to end up being that way. Because Bruce Pritchard is out of fucking ideas, man. Bruce Pritchard is creatively bankrupt at this moment in time. Ricardo with a $5 super chat. Titus Catering is better than the actual TV product. Of course it is. I would visit Titus every week, dude. But he's got me benched on Twitter. Apparently, he didn't want me to embellish about how great of a cook he is. Which we all know he is, but I got banned for it anyway. He must be a humble guy, Mr. O'Neill. Roshane Thomas with a $10 UK. Love the podcast, JD. Fan from the UK. Which wrestler do you think will benefit most from winning the Royal Rumble? Well, seeing the field, I don't think WWE is setting up anybody to benefit from the Royal Rumble. But I could say, well, listen, Bianca had a great year last year. I think Rhea Ripley's going to have a big Royal Rumble this year. I think whatever Bianca did last year, we're going to see Rhea Ripley do this year, but she's not going to win. She could win. Bayley, Bianca, and Rhea Ripley are my top 3 choices for the Royal Rumble. Lauren Hutton with a double $2 super chat. Hate how WWE is treating Asuka. Watch WWE make Goldberg champ. And then she's got another 3 $2 super chats with WWE with Orton. He's face one week, then heel the next. I don't know, man. Apparently Bray Wyatt's supposed to be the babyface, if you believe that. Believe it or not, Bray Wyatt. is a babyface. Rio McLovin with a Canadian $199. What happened? What the fuck did I do? Where's my live stream? Canadian $199, man. He gives a thumbs up. He gives a thumbs up, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I'm prepping myself for one of these other questions coming up here, man. Hold on one second here. Let's see. We got Joseph King, $5 super chat. AJ Styles is the only guy to win the NWA, TNA, IWGP, and WWE World Championships in history. Good for him. AJ's great, but we all know that. Lauren with a $2 super chat. Black should have gone to SmackDown Live and had a feud with Daniel Bryan. Black should already be a fucking champion multiple times, but fuck Bruce. Edgar Estrada with a $20 super chat. What's up, JD? I respect that Triple H, or what Triple H has done with NXT, but absolutely hate the man as a wrestler. Goldberg and Triple H getting top spots for what? To boost their egos? Thanks for being more entertaining. Much appreciated. OTS forever. Edgar, I love you, brother. Be safe, man, out there. I have a feeling some bad shit's gonna be happening in the next 9 days, man. Lauren Hutton with another $2 super chat. Rick and Charlotte is like Vince and Steph 2.0. Majin Styles, $5 super chat. Who do you think will be the Royal Rumble Final Four this year? Majin, listen, I love you, man. I'm not even going to predict it. I really don't know. WWE is very secretive with the Final Fours. Daniel Bryan, Goldberg, Keith Lee, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. Kevin Owens, I have no idea. Seth Rollins could be there. Big E. You want a prediction? Here you go. I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Big E, and Sami Zayn. For the women, probably go Rhea, Charlotte, Bianca, and Bayley. Edgar, $10 super chat. Shoutouts to Hoop Media, Jaden Bolden, Christian Rivera, Hoolagrim, JW Universe, Ben the Goon, Quintendo, Dasan Epps, Coggies, Brian, and OTS fan. May you all have a great and safe week. Much love to you all. Edgar loves you all, bro. Edgar loves you all, man. Jericho 8131, $5 super chat. Are you a fan of Megadeth? If so, what is your favorite album, man? Rust in Peace is always a go-to. I love Dystopia. And that's exactly what I was looking up earlier, man. I love Dystopia. I think The World Needs a Hero is a great fucking album. Endgame is a great album. I would take Megadeth over Metallica, to be quite honest with you. That's just me. Tenorio, $2 super chat. Any potential Iron Man or Iron Woman this year? I don't know. Daniel Bryan probably, and Rhea Ripley. I'm going with. And Jake Ake 23. What's good, JD? Been with your channel since late 2016. Ryan Ward SmackDown Live days. Monday Night Raw was garbage tonight. Bro, Ryan Ward's SmackDown was fucking great, man. Then they fucked it up. Vince had to get his hands on it because they were getting better ratings than Monday Night Raw. Bray Wyatt won the title. He dropped the title to Randy Orton. Randy Orton dropped the title to Jinder Mahal. And then SmackDown was dead. SmackDown was dead, man. Appreciate you guys, man. That's pretty much it. That's all I got for you. I am going to get the hell out of here, man. We got a lot accomplished tonight. We talked Raw, we talked WWE, we got some news in. We broke it down. I made you laugh. Typical Monday night, guys. I appreciate you. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Twitter and Instagram. We got a brand new teaser for the CNC up right now, pinned to my Twitter page. Go and check it out and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Me and Big Hodge, we're doing this thing, man. It's going to be awesome. New show coming. You're going to love it. So follow me on social media. Hit that subscribe button down below, man. If you're not a fan of the channel, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, do so, man. We are here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays for pay-per-view, man. I'd like to be here more, but good things come to those who wait, man. Quality over quantity is my name in the game. So hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for notifications. We're at 900 likes, guys. Let's try and get it to 1,000 before I get out of here. Bonfire.com for your t-shirts. Remember, try out Ritual, ritual.com/script. Go and get your multivitamins today. Mouthmasker.com/OTS for your masks. And go check out all the other videos that you might have missed, including Off the Script this past weekend, guys. I'm getting out of here. I'm taking my cold beverage. The Mustang's right outside, man. I see it. Windows are down. Turn up that volume to max. Give me those guitar emojis in the chat. And I'll see you guys right back here on Wednesday with Jesse for AEW Dynamite, guys. I'll see you later.